Hey, it's Ubu. I'm playing the demo for a game called From Devil's Womb. It's developed by 0013, it's self-published, and you can find the game on Steam. Also, flashing lights warning, this main menu has a blinking light on it the entire time, apparently. This is another demo that's popped up on my radar. I really enjoy playing demos. I like to check them out and see what they have in store or how they showcase their game and what to expect from it. But anyways, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this and we'll get started. You are a broken ex-police officer haunted by your partner's disappearance. A mysterious clue drags you into decaying places infected by a devilish presence. Breathing, waiting, watching from the dark. Solve cryptic puzzles, face buried guilt, and uncover a truth that was never meant to surface. Now that you know what the game is about, we'll go ahead and hit play demo, and I just want to draw attention as well to the text in the bottom left of the screen that says the following build is a demo and does not represent the final quality of the game. So let's keep that in mind as we play this, but I will still review it as usual. So play demo. All right, all keys remappable in settings and controller is supported as well. All right. I think I absorbed that. Quote, for love, I would give up everything, even my own soul, end quote. By question mark, question mark, question mark. That's a weird name. Who would name their kid that? Like we're waking up in some kind of derelict basement or something. Whoa, here we are. Oh, there's immediately body parts. There is no escape. All right, thanks for the heads up. Jesus Christ, what was that? That was very loud, whatever it was. I even have the volume burned down some, so. Almost too quiet. All right, what are we looking for? I assume some way to get these planks off the door. Need a hand? Aha. Can I pick it up? There we go. We have an axe. May I ask you a question? Axe broken. Oh boy. I can... Oh. It's like the guy from the Silent Hill movie. The first one, not the new one. Alright, storming outside apparently. Random crash of thunder or whatever. Need a key. Card pass code. A passcode, that's whatever. That's what I was trying to say. Jesus. This is gross, y'all. Let's look around the room, I guess, and try to find what we need. That's a terrible way to find somebody for sure. Oh. There it is. I'll do my best to adjust the volume, but volume mixing is kind of weird right now. More bodies. Nice. RIP! We drain this, perhaps? R.I.P. What was that? Oh, this fell over. Uh-oh. Let's start. Here's someone crying, and I just heard a door open. There we go. Progress. Oh, why did we put our lighter up? That sounds bad. Oh, somebody was peeking. This is kind of gross. Very unsettling. Question mark, 9, question mark, question mark. Can't turn on the radio. That's unfortunate. Oh. I found a plunger. I didn't realize I could interact with it. Okay. Now I suppose we can drain the tub. I kind of wish when you highlighted items like this, it would at least give you like a little marker indication. Not the end of the world, but I just thought in my mind I would just reach into the tub and pull the plug out of it. But nope, you had to click on the plunger in that room. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Here we go. Six. I heard a squeak. It is sequencing. Okay, cool. Why is that so loud? Search the dead. I'd rather not. Oh, photograph. We saw that one in the other room. So, we'll go look at that ourselves. One. So it's 196 something. Search the dead. You have something? Nope. You have something? This is so gross. Okay, there's something in their leg there, right? Yeah, there's a key. Drawer key found. Drawer. We have to go back in here. It's kind of funny because I even looked at the photo earlier like, hey, we should open this or look behind it, but nope. I have a cassette, so I assume we go to that radio we found earlier. Just waiting for the next jump scare. It's about to happen. Any moment now. I can sense it. Oh, there's the thunder. That was one of them. Or lightning. I guess that would be thunder. Because thunder is the sound that lightning makes, right? Oh boy, I'm just goofing around. Alright, we made it back to the radio. An authentic sound.
Wow. I must say, you really have surprised me, unlike others. So as a reward, I shall give you the last digit of the code. It is 7. My favorite number. Good luck.
She like morph into being British? She did, or English? She didn't seem to have an accent, and then she did at the end. That was kind of funny. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I didn't pick up on it. I don't know what I'm saying. Doesn't matter. Let's go. I don't know what she said. I'll be honest with you. 7. That's because it's her favorite number. I was very distracted. Alright, so it's 1967. Because 789. Oh, whoops. Okay, so 1, 6, 7. Yay! Progression into more hellish Disgusting places. My favorite. A coffin. Behind. Behind what? Oh. I'll just stand here forever then, I guess. Can I go in the coffin? No? Alright, we'll walk towards the giant creepy monster thing. Hello? Monsters are real, and ghosts are real too. They live inside us. Stephen King. Cool. April 2007, me and my partner were investigating a case about missing women. There were reportedly 12 missing women. She called me late at night, telling me she'd found a clue, and before she could say anything, the call hung up. Ever since then, she too has been missing. For the past year, I am trying to only find her. I've lost my job in this pursuit, my house, and despite it all, I have not found a single clue. Until now. Someone sent me a mystery package. Inside was the last location my partner visited. It sure is risky, but I must find her. Okay. So we were playing as the missing partner. Very cool. We skip this now. I appreciate them having this text on screen. That's why I was kind of rushing through it. I've played a lot of games where I'm trying to read something and then it's like you get halfway through a sentence. It's like, nope. Not allowed. Oh, hey. Well, thanks for playing the demo. The search continues in the full release. Wishlist on Steam. Well, I think I'm just going to stay here to do my review because the main menu with the flashing light kind of bothers me. So we're just going to have this creepy monster stare at us while we talk about this game. And first, I'll start with the visuals. And visually, I think the game is okay. It's very dark. I like the grungy, strange, kind of grotesque nature about it. It's a very isolated area, so there's not much to actually like interact with or to see, but for what they're going for, I think it's effective enough. I mean, it's creepy, it's weird, it's dark, but I guess there's nothing that really stands out to me necessarily. I do like the use of puzzles and whatnot, but I'll talk about that more later. I guess I would say it's probably just a little too dark for me to really like enjoy all of the little details that there may be hidden throughout, but otherwise I would say the visuals are just okay across the board. In terms of audio, I'm pretty mixed in the audio. Even with turning the volume down and whatnot, I feel like there's some volume mixing issues. Like, I have the master volume turned down to 50, which is half, and then the other volumes turned down just a little bit more. But some of those jump scare sounds, like the loud crashing and stuff like that, were just so loud. And I'm glad I turned down the volume because that would have like probably shattered my eardrums if I had it turned all the way up. So I'll probably work on the volume mixing a little bit. I understand you want to do some sort of shocking jump scares or moments like that, but I feel like there could probably be a more effective way to do that. They don't need to be so loud. They just need to be timed well, in my opinion. I think jump scares or catching the player off guard is all about timing more than it is noise. But I do like hearing our footsteps and us interacting with certain objects, making noises like drawers and the radio and stuff like that. So there's a nice attention to detail there, at least in terms of environmental sound design. Of course, you have like a woman crying and pleading or whatever through the wall that you can hear. You can hear thunder, loud crashing, and then the monster noise, that loud groaning that we hear when we first go down the long hallway. I quite like that. It's a very strange, sort of disturbing presence lurking in the darkness, and I think that sound definitely was very effective. I think at the end of the demo, when it fades to black after interacting with the monster, the random screaming and stuff felt very disjointed. It didn't sound very consistent. And then the monster like crunching down on us, I guess eating us or whatever. And I think that could be executed a little better. Like almost have some sort of just sudden gasp or sound of realization that this is a monster, and then just have sounds of the monster devouring us. I think it could show that we're just caught off guard rather than us just screaming randomly and then it stopping. So I don't know. That's just the way I see it. It's just more of a personal nitpick is all. So it's not that big a deal. Otherwise, I would say audio design across the board is okay. I just wish there was probably some ambient music or tones used throughout to have some sort of consistency rather than it feel so quiet and then just have random abrupt loud sounds. So maybe adding some music or some ambience in the future I think could go a long way. So now on to mechanics, and the game is basically sequence locking, which basically that's what I call it, where you have to achieve certain criteria or to interact with certain things or to walk into certain areas for the game to know that, to then allow you to progress further or to have some kind of event happen that allows your progression. So we walk into one room and then you hear a door creak open behind you. You go down in through there, more things happen, and then when you come back and you like pick up the key or whatever, another door opens. So all of it's in a sequence, which I think is fine. Like I said, it's a very isolated environment. I don't know if you could just let the player discover these things on their own, if it would necessarily mess up the pacing. If that makes sense, like the fact that I could look at the photo and I thought to myself, I should look behind this photo for a number potentially, but the game doesn't allow you to do that until you actually find a photo of the photo telling you to look behind it. So I wish maybe there was a little bit more player freedom in that regard, but otherwise, even with the sequencing, I feel like it was fine. The puzzles aren't complex. It's just finding some numbers. And of course, this is a demo, and I'm sure there's more that you can expect in the full game. But demo-wise, I would say the mechanics are a little lacking, but I think the overall atmosphere and just the tone of the game is portrayed well enough to give me an idea what to expect later down the road. I just hope there's more emphasis on player choice or freedom is a better way to put that, and allow me to, when I see something interesting, interact with it, even if it doesn't make sense yet to me, because maybe there's something further on that I haven't seen, but at least seeing the photo and opening it, I could go, oh, there's a number here. But if your idea is to sequence it where you want the player to stay on a particular track where you want me to go find those drawers and to open them anyways. So it's a double-edged sword. I guess I just prefer the idea of just exploring rather than being in a sequence. But like I said, it's not that big a deal. I just think it could be balanced a little bit. So mechanically, I would say the game is okay. In terms of story and concept, I quite like the story, actually. I like the idea of realizing we're playing as the partner that goes missing. And then at the end of the demo, it explains that the character I assume will be playing in the full game is now looking for us. Even though we kind of already know it's happened to them, I suppose the journey and discovery of her fate will be sort of the primary focus of the story going forward. And I thought the text and everything was written well enough for it to make sense, and it intrigued me, and I think the story is fine, actually. I like the way it was presented and whatnot, and I think it's totally acceptable. So pretty good job with the story. Definitely intrigued me, so I think that's really important, and I'm curious to see where you're going to take it. So great job with the story. In terms of overall concept, I would say it's pretty solid. I like the sort of grungy, kind of gross game every once in a while where there's like bodies and some kind of monster that's like eating people or torturing them or whatever. So it's a little darker than what I usually play, I guess. So I like what you're going for here. I like the puzzle focus as well. So conceptually, I would say the game is good as well. Now, in terms of performance and settings, I'd say the performance is totally fine. I had no problems with the performance, so great job there. And we will be back on the main menu to talk about the settings, so just bear with the flashing light as best you can. So for the gameplay settings, you have your depth of field, you have your camera sensitivity, and you have your inversion of XY axes on your camera here. And then your master volume, which I have at 50, as you can see, and then effects and dialogue at 80, and then music at 20. So even with these settings, it was some of those jump scares and loud noises were like crazy loud still. So like I said, I would adjust your volume mixing as best you can. Don't go for super loud to make effective scares. Go for timing. Catch the player off guard more than anything. And that doesn't need to be noise, like I said. It just needs to be sudden and when the player doesn't expect it. Now for input settings, these are all empty for some reason, but everything seemed to work fine in game. I assume this means you could just rebind all of these actions if you'd like, so that's pretty cool. You have all your movements and your crouch, run, focus, zoom, use, alternative use, and your main menu settings. Or keybinds rather. And then for your video settings, you have your show frames per second option there that you can click on, so you can see in the top right. And then your screen mode, windowed, borderless, or full screen. Your FPS limit 30, 60, 120, 144, 240, or unlimited. And then your VSync options. And these are all of your quality options here. These are all default what you see selected here. I didn't change any of these. So you have your view distance, anti-aliasing, post-processing, shadow quality, your global illumination, your reflection, your textures, your visual effects, your foliage, your shading, and your volumetric fog. So a lot of options there to adjust to your liking and to potentially improve your performance if you're having any issues. But like I said, the performance is totally fine on my end, so that's good to see. And I would also say these settings are pretty acceptable, pretty expansive, and I like to see this kind of stuff here, so great job. So my final judgment for the From Devil's Womb demo is I would say it's okay. Well, I think everything in this game works pretty well for the most part. I wish there was just maybe a little bit more depth on the mechanics side of things. I enjoyed the story, and the visuals I would say are acceptable, maybe a little bit too dark where I can't necessarily enjoy the finer details of the environment. And I wish maybe there was a little bit more of a balance between player choice when it comes to exploration and also solving puzzles and interacting with the environment. I think the audio design could also be improved in some ways to add a little bit more dread and ambience with some different tones and whatnot throughout. And also the volume mixing itself leaves a lot to be desired because some of the noises are a bit too loud even when adjusting the volume. Performance is great across the board at least, and I really like what you have going on with the settings, so those are some big positives. But overall, I had a pretty good time with this game. I hope you continue to make games, and I wish you the best of luck with the release of the full version of this, and you're going to do just fine with it, so I wish you the best of luck on your future endeavors and your work. Tell me what you think in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this game? Do you agree or disagree with me? Do you have anything to add? You just want to say hi? Let me know what's up. And don't forget to check the pinned comment below for the links to everything and go play this game for yourself and form your own opinion. And if you'd like to support my channel, hit subscribe, leave a like, comment, and share the video. I'd greatly appreciate that. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I think that's all I have to say about it, so thanks for hanging out with me. And don't forget,
The pale moth is always watching.